Cuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 264 of The Willow Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Now, today I wanted to talk about crushes in wrestling. And no, I don't mean Crush from Kona, Hawaii, or from the Demolition, or the Crusher, or anyone like that. I'm talking about admiring or having a crush on someone. Doesn't matter if it's the same sex or the different sex. Someone that you like the way they look, you like their personality in the wrestling business. It could be a fellow performer, or it could be somebody on the main stage that you're just a fan of. I'm trying to think back. For me, I was too young to ever have a crush on Miss Elizabeth. But when I was in my teen years and Sunny came out, when she first came out, Sunny was to me was pretty good looking, and I thought she was pretty nice and stuff. But except for a lot of times she was a heel, so it was like the love hate thing. And then as the years went on, I never really was big Sable fan, um, and I was never into China. I wasn't big on Lita either. Trish Stratus, she wasn't really. I never had a big crush on her. And then some of the diva girls started coming in and stuff like that. I really liked Stacy Keibler. I thought she was pretty good looking, and I had nothing but good things to say about her. Who else did I have a crush on in wrestling? Not that many. I find also like in wrestling, if you're a good-looking girl and then you turn into wrestling, all of a sudden you're even better looking because wrestling fans are so perverted, I guess. Like even some people on the local scene, like in Ontario that I deal with, some of the female wrestlers, yeah, they're good looking. I'm not saying they're not, but people make them seem like they're way better than they were. Like I bet you. Here's my example. Before they got into wrestling, they didn't have as many admirers. As soon as they get in wrestling, every single person is hitting on them and trying to get with them. It just like it blows your mind. But there's some pretty girls I've seen in wrestling in Ontario over the years that I used to have a crush on Crystal Banks. I thought she was very pretty and just a very nice person, and I still think she's a really great person and everything like that. And wouldn't say I have a crush on her anymore, but back when I first met her, I was like, wow, she's so beautiful, and she was so nice too. That was the thing about her. Um, yeah, not too many for me. I'm not into guys, so there's been no males that I've ever had a crush on, but not too many, and I never pursued anybody in wrestling. I wrote Caitlin Diamond and Casey Spinelli as both a song. I just figured it would get more views as well, because I would write songs for the wrestlers, and I was like, well, if I write one for the girls, then it will get more views. And Casey Spinelli was so nice to me. The first time I met her, she said that her friends really thought like that I did a good performance or whatnot on the first PWA show we were on together, and I just thought she was a really nice person and fun, but I never had a crush on her. I am a big fan of her though, for sure. And then Caitlin Diamond, I wrote her song. She was just such a down-to-earth person and really good to talk to, so I made her a theme song as well. But it was never a crush thing. But I mean, if they would have pursued it, I wouldn't have said no. Like obviously, I think the world of both of them. But crush, I was never one of those guys that had any. Like even back when Sunny and Stacy Keibler and those ones, I never like had pictures up on the wall of them or anything like that. I don't know why. I think I take wrestling too seriously, that I look at them as wrestlers or performers that I can't really like completely fall in love with, which is weird because you would think that I love wrestling. Any female that's involved with wrestling, that would totally take it up another level for me. And I mean, I do. I would love to find a girlfriend that was involved in wrestling or understood it or was a fan of it at least, because I just feel it would be funner and I could share it with them instead of. But it's also scary. You don't really ever want to bring a girl into the wrestling business. So I mean, if you meet someone that's already in the business, then that's a win for both of you. And I noticed that the WWE wrestlers do it a lot. There's a lot of couples now because they're on the road together. So then why not have someone you can see every day instead of a girlfriend at home that you only get to see once a week? So I totally get it. But I want to hear from you guys. As always on the Willow Show, like her, you get a leg drop, comment, or you get a clothesline, subscribe, or you get a suplex. Have you ever had a crush on somebody in wrestling? I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba!